Welcome to the Retropalooza Hall for Houston 2019. So yeah, I guess I'll start it off. I'm not going to be going in order. But first up here, Jordan went to a table where they were having posters for what, 2 for 10?
Mm-hmm.
So he bought 4, 2 for himself, 1 for me and 1 for Vinny?
No, 1 for me.
1 for you, 1 for Patrick, and then 2 for me, and then Patrick bought 1 for Vinny and 1 for his buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I got this Chrono Trigger one.
Okay, right zoom on that. Yeah, look at that.
So that's going to go up on again.
I very much so support that that table because they make amazing those posters. Like
I'm glad that LP
Good
Gross.
legs.
Glad LP Gross is on there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. LP Gross is on there. You noticed that, right?
Got a complete copy of Vector Man 2 for the Sega Genesis. I technically have this as a part of a compilation, but I don't know if it'll actually run on Windows 10, so, you know, why not? I got it for...
Better to have a Genesis copy.
Yeah, I got it for a good discount. So.
It's okay.
I saw this and I didn't know if I wanted to pick it up at first. And then I looked at it again and said, fuck it, because dude gave me a pretty decent discount on it. But Great Lord, for the Super Nintendo, you know, just one of the many Enix RPGs from back in the day.
Oh.
And yeah, a little fold-out
Items list.
items list.
Yeah.
For the Super Famicom, I got Super Fire Pro Wrestling 3.
Oh, you mean that's not a cassette tape or a VHS?
No.
I thought it was VHS.
No, Super Fire Pro Wrestling 3 for the Super Famicom. I believe this one actually has some actual wrestlers in it. Oh, this is a game that I got at Stupid Scott's stable.
I didn't know he was part of stable. What's his name? What's the stable name?
The Lone Ranger
The
stable.
Sasquatch World Order. So I got UFC Undisputed 3. I've been wanting this one specifically for a while because it has a Pride FC mode in it, which if you know anything about MMA, you know Pride was basically like the Japanese MMA organization back in the day when Japan actually had a pretty good foot in the MMA game, which obviously now there's risen. But yeah, so that's going to be fun to give a little time to. Also developed by Ukes, the people that do the WWE games. And then I got a bad wrestling game, or at least from what I hear is a bad wrestling game, but I've never seen this in person, and I'm pretty sure it's not super common. But AAA Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring. So yeah, just Lucha wrestling game. From what I've heard, it's not very good, but I'll give it a try anyway, just for the fuck of it.
It's kind of in the meh department. You'll know some wrestlers in there for sure.
Oh yeah.
I know I did.
I got a board game because they said that I should get it.
Because we gotta play it.
Yeah, so I got WWE Trivia Mania, which actually, looking at some of the questions on the back, like there's some pretty like. Here's a question, Patrick. Let's see if you know it. Against what brutal superstar did Bruno Sammartino defend the WWF Championship at the second showdown in Shea in June 1976?
Brutal. That's it. 1976. You said.
Yeah.
Fuck. I know it's not Bruiser Brody.
No.
Can't be Stan Hansen, cause.
It is.
Damn.
Who faced Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship at Mind Games?
Mind Games, I think that would be Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
Yep. What tag team was made up of Mabel and Mo with manager Oscar?
Man on a mission.
Yep. Who pinned Kurt Angle in a hair versus hair match at Judgment Day 2000?
That was Edge.
Yep.
Because he started the "You Suck" chant during that rivalry.
Yeah. A lot of cool questions from the classic Attitude and Modern eras of the company, at least from when this was, which I think looks to be 2013?
Yeah, because as you saw on the back, they saw CM Punk on the thing. It has those penny belts.
Punk.
Has those.
Oh shit, careful, there's a rock on there. Go get it off.
We got a Japanese Dreamcast game here, but Cyber Troopers Virtual On. It's basically kind of like a fighting, mech fighting game in a way, but I've been interested in it for a while, so I'm gonna find a way to play this this game on my Dreamcast. Let's see what else we got here. PlayStation 2 picked up R-Type Final. Like pretty cool, 3D R-Type game. So I'm gonna be excited to give that a little bit of a try. Also got a skateboarding game, kind of it's a game that's going to kind of be out of the norm here because most of what I got is Japanese games and wrestling games. But Tony Hawk's Underground.
I played that as a kid.
So,
I liked it.
Yeah, it should.
I liked it a lot.
I did a bad Let's Play on that. That was meant to be for Digic's review, but then we never went with it. So I was like, fuck it. I have the footage, might as well talk over it.
But,
I did it all in one night, too.
geez, really?
Yes, that was... During the end, like, I accidentally bumped into something. It stopped, so I was like, fuck, I have to wait for this to render out, and then I had to redo, like, I had to do, like, the last 20 minutes of it after I finished exporting. I was like, fuck. But yeah, it's not really that long of a game if you know what you're doing.
Next up here, we got another import game, something called J Phoenix. It's from Takara. I looked it up. It's like an action mech game. I'm gonna go try and find some more gameplay on this one in specific because I can't find much information on it. Also got Phantasy Star Universe on the PlayStation 2. And this next game, I know that it has a Switch release now, but I saw it on GameCube, and it's like I don't want to pay like the $40 for a game that's been out for like 10 years. So I got Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy on the GameCube. Apparently it's a pretty good 3D platformer. So, you know,
Don't be sure to look it up and don't save at a certain point, or else you will not be able to progress in the game.
Yeah, we did watch that interesting video.
Okay. Yeah, so I got a one of those many, like, back in the 90s they did a lot of like mascots for, you know, food and drinks and stuff like that. And a couple of them at least got a game, and one of those was Cool Spot for the Sega Genesis, and I saw it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick that up. I know that it's supposed to be like, you know, at least a kind of a decent platformer. So yeah, I figured why not. At Scott's table, I'm gonna have another one of these showing up, but he had these like really weird looking Xbox 360 games. So I picked up a Japanese copy of Lost Odyssey, even though I have an American one, because it has like a thick pack DVD case, kind of like PC games you get from this era. But I just thought it looked really cool, so I kind of just got it specifically for collection's sake. On the Nintendo DS, I was specifically looking for this, so I got Dragon Quest 9.
Scott's table looks like.
At Scott's table. Dragon Quest 9 on the PlayStation. I got it just because it was a cheap wrestling game with WWF Attitude. I know it's not a particularly good wrestling
Yeah.
game, but it was cheap. So why not?
I think it was like $1 or $2 at most.
For those of you that like watching wrestling channels, New Legacy played this recently, but it's a Simple 1500 series, volume 52, the Pro Wrestlers 2, developed by Ukes. Again, the company that does its current WWE games and used to do the UFC games. But it looked interesting. Like, it had like deathmatch modes in there, and it overall just looked like it was a pretty decent wrestling game.
So just think of us for Americans, SmackDown 2 Know Your Role, but just basically Japanese stuff.
Yeah. I also got this at Scott's table, but a fighting game for the PS1. Picked up Bloody Roar. A copy of it.
Heard of that one.
So, yeah. For PSP, picked up Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Tag Force 5. Was looking for this, didn't think I'd find it, but then I found it, so, yeah. Tag Force 5. And then also for the PSP, wasn't specifically looking for this, but I saw it, thought it was pretty cool. I picked up Darkstalkers Chronicle, the Chaos Tower. I've not had a chance to play a Darkstalkers game, even though I think I have at least a couple Capcom compilations on the PS2. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a whirl because Capcom fighting games are always good, and it's Darkstalkers, and I always hear good stuff about it.
TDs. Morgan.
Oh, that shit. I had two N64 wrestling games.
Oh, fuck
that
yeah.
I didn't own. And I know that they're very, 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 very praised amongst people that love wrestling games. So I picked up WWF WrestleMania 2000.
I grew up with that. That's much jam right there.
And I picked up WWF No Mercy. So now I have all the essential wrestling games for the N64. Some more card-only games for the Sega Genesis. I picked up Weapon Lord. I saw the Fighterpedia episode on this, and it looked like a pretty cool fighting game. I was looking for the the Super Nintendo version, but I saw the Genesis version, and it's the only version of this game that I saw all weekend long. So I'll settle for that because apparently it's still a somewhat decent version from what I looked up. And then I did get a Super Nintendo game, but it's a reproduction. Shout out to Retro Circuits. They've been in every Retropalooza I've been at, and I think every Retropalooza they've been at.
Yep.
Yeah. They're always there.
But they had a collection called the Super Metroid Collection. It's got original Super Metroid along with a bunch of basically redesigns of Super Metroid and I
Metroid
believe
Paris.
Super Metroid Zero.
Metroid Super Zero Mission.
So yeah, this, I'll check out the stuff on here and yeah, should be fun.
I think Jordan has like 2 carts of like Super Metroid ROM
Yeah,
for
I
them.
have Super Metroid Zero Mission and Eris and Impossible. Yeah, I believe Eris and Impossible, which is a 2-in-1 multi-card.
Yeah, he just has a lot. He just likes to find them.
Apparently, they let you make custom cards online. You can like put
Yeah,
in
I was
order.
overhearing that.
You can put your own LED lights in there too.
Yeah, you can like have a completely modded like cart and have all the ROMs you want on there and shit. So that, oh wow, I can put literally every Super Metroid ROM hack on there and get an LED one and just like have it fully loaded.
And have it orange too.
Yep, have it orange LEDs or anything.
Picked up Dragon Ball Daimao Fukatsu for the Famicom.
Retribution. I believe that's Retribution's table actually.
Yes, Retribution.
Nice.
And then also picked up Dragon Ball Z2. Famicom had a bunch of Dragon Ball RPGs that we just never got over here. The only Dragon Ball game that we got on the Famicom was Dragon Ball 1, which came over here as Dragon Power. They censored a lot of stuff, and it was really just not even recognizable as a Dragon Ball game over here.
Changed from panties to sandwiches.
Yeah. Next up, got Shadows of the Tusk. From what I remember, I saw this game, it's like, you know what, I want to pick this up eventually because it's a Saturn game. But the cool thing is, it's a strategy game that I believe is, if it's not all in English, if I remember correctly, the menus at least are in English. So it's completely playable if you can't speak Japanese. So if you want a strategy game, that's apparently a decent strategy game, on the Saturn that you can get for relatively cheap and not have to pay like hundreds of dollars out the ass for it. Shadows of the Tusk on the Sega Saturn. 2 other games that I was looking for all weekend. Devil Summoner 2, Raido Kuzunoa vs. King Abaddon for the PS2. Got that complete. And then also complete minus the special edition cards. PSP had a series called Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force. This one was a port of the first one onto the PS2 called Yu-Gi-Oh! GX: The Beginning of Destiny. I had this at one point as a kid, and I've not had it ever since then, so I'm super, super stoked to have it back in my collection.
Come on, get your game on.
Yeah.
I remember watching that a lot as a kid. It was fun.
Yeah. Got Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special from Retrobution. This is a game where it had a story mode written by Suda51. If you don't know who Suda51 is, Killer 7, No More Heroes, Grasshopper Manufacturing Games. So I'm excited to give this a whirl. He's actually going to be writing a new scenario, I believe, for Power Pro Wrestling World, their upcoming story DLC. And then I got Dark Half for the Super Famicom. I feel like I own this for some reason. If it turns out that this is a duplicate, then I'll flip it or something. I know I used to own it at some point. I don't think I own it anymore. But I guess I'll check tomorrow when I get home. But that's a strategy game from, I believe, Enix? I think it's Square, yeah, Enix. That has a full translation available. Next up, I got a complete copy of an All Japan Pro Wrestling game. I don't remember which one specifically, but I did find it, and it's got good ratings. So an All Japan Pro Wrestling game, complete. Got Baba on the cover and Mizawa on the back.
Brian Baba.
Another complete Sega Genesis game. I don't normally get complete Sega Genesis games, but I kept seeing them, and it's like I didn't want to get the cards.
True.
But I got Saturday Night Slam Masters, the Capcom wrestling game from the 90s on the Sega Genesis. So that's cool. Oh, this was sold at a Randall's.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. You know that's a local one. Let me see, where's that? What's the address? 23824 Highway 59 North Kingwood, Texas. Wow, okay, that's like 45 minutes from here. So that's from here originally. That's pretty cool.
Crazy.
I remember Kroger used to sell games when I was a kid. They used to sell N64 games and stuff.
Really? I want to ask my dad if Kroger used to sell video games.
Because they definitely used to be here.
Back home.
When I was a kid, my grandpa stopped at Kroger. My grandpa, one of them was still alive when I was a kid, thankfully. So he would come over every once in a while and he drove that truck with air horns and shit. And he'd always stop on the way and get like 2 big tubs of Blue Bell ice cream because That was Grandpa. And one time he just randomly got Spider-Man 64 because it was clearance at Kroger for like $10 or something.
Wow.
And he got
So that's how you play it as
that's
a kid?
how exactly that's how I played as a kid.
That's cool.
He got it at Kroger.
That's cool. That's
weird.
really cool.
And
That's
I think. Do what, Patrick?
So that's interesting.
I think my copy of that game is inside of one of these walls in the house somewhere because there's holes in the walls in some of the rooms where the other kids when they were younger, slammed the door open and a handle punched a hole in the wall. And I remember putting games into those holes one time when I was a kid. So I'm pretty sure my original Spider-Man is in one of the holes in the wall somewhere.
So, next up, some more PSP games. I got Shin Budokai Another Road, because I didn't have it for whatever reason. But
I certainly would be on lookout for that.
picked up Star Ocean First Departure on the PSP, along with Star Ocean Second Evolution on the PSP. So now I got copies of the first Star Ocean games. Oh, and I got a loose PSP game, Phantasy Star Portable. Next up, I got, again, going back to Scott's table, he had the Thick Pack 360 games, but Star Ocean The Last Hope. I already own a copy of this, but again, I wanted it because the Thick Pack, it just seems cool, like a cool collector's kind of thing. But this is also an English version, so if I wanted to play it, I can. A couple PS3 games. I got Deadpool. I got Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know, which is like a Zelda clone. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 because I didn't have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, and Ultimate Alliance 3 is about to come out because it was on the Nintendo Switch.
Thanks, Nintendo.
I'm trying to speed through the rest of my stuff here. Philosoma for the PlayStation 1. It's like a shoot 'em up. Also the second long box game that I own. But yeah, it looked interesting, so I figured I'd pick it up.
I got PlayStation 1 because of the long box, which they did that for whatever reason, then it stopped.
Yep. I got a Japanese copy of Death Smiles for the Xbox 360. It's basically, I believe they say it's bullet hell shoot 'em up, and it looks pretty fun, so hey. And then on the GameCube, I tried ordering this a while ago, but it's like Dynasty Warriors for kids. But Mystic Heroes on the GameCube. Fuck you! Oh yeah, Complete in Box, Japanese game on the Game Boy Advance. We only got one of these games over here on the Nintendo DS, but The Legend of Starfy 3 for the Game Boy Complete in Box. So, first Japanese Complete in Box Game Boy Advance game that I own.
Nice.
And then on the Dreamcast, I got the first UFC game, so that should be fun. Featuring the hit Crush 'Em from Megadeth. Whoever said that was a hit, please get your ears checked. That shitty album was not fucking good. Anyway,
Wow.
back to happier things.
Thought you-
Apparently this is a good UFC game. I saw it played on the Best Friends Friday Night Fisticuffs, and yeah, so I'm gonna give it a try. On the NES, I got Legendary Wings. It's like a Capcom shoot 'em up, but people gave it like a 3.2 or something like that on the ratings. But fuck it, it's a Capcom game on the NES, and I'm sure it'll be fine enough. And then I could have gotten this on the Sega Genesis, but I decided not to, and I figure the NES version will be just as fine. But Strider for the NES. So, yeah, that's everything I got.
Damn.
My Retropalooza pickups.
I think I've had this correct, but that's a solid 50 right there.
My stuff's completely out of order. It's just mixed up in a bag, so I'll just tell you where I got it from. First off, we went to G's panel. G to the next level. And I won these in the trivia thing.
Yeah, because Ben gave you the fucking
Ben
answers.
gave me the answer. So Ben's like, oh shit, dude, it's this. No, Brianna, it's this. Like, oh, okay. And I answer's like, this? He's like, yep. Like, okay.
So I know he got the Sonic voice actors questions. You got something else, like something with Japanese game.
It was a game that came out in Japan that was it was an answer to Pokemon.
Yeah, because of the Pokemon thing. Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
on it was Sega's answer to Pokemon Japan or something like that. But anyways, got the question right, got these. I'm sorry, G, technically cheated if you're watching this, but it's okay because Ben would have gotten two things, so it's better to share the love. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, wasn't me. I got a couple shirts. You always get some shirts. It's inside out because I wore it once. Game Chasers. I got a pink one because it was the brightest looking color I saw. So I was like, you know what? Sure. You turn it outside in again and wash it. I haven't washed it yet.
You know, I never thought of doing that.
Turning them right outside in.
Yeah, so I don't ruin this. So I've been watching.
Yeah. Turn it turn it outside in.
I
Or
never
outside.
knew that until someone told me about that. I'm like,
Yeah, that works.
wow.
And of course, you got a G to the next level shirt because I want to support Bud.
I need to buy that next year.
Yeah. He's a local boy. Very good channel. Very cool guy. So of course I had to support him. And he had a thing going where he had a raffle prize giveaway. And if you watched his video update thing, if you did the secret passphrase that he put in the video, which was I think from Klonoa too, or Klonoa.
Woohoo!
The guy going, wahoo!
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Also from G at his booth, but the next day picked up World of Nintendo Metroid set because why not? Had it for $10. He didn't have it the first day, otherwise I would have gotten it then. But got cool Metroid stuff. From Cheese Table, I didn't find this. Ben found it for me. Stainless steel coffee cup. It's fucking awesome. Also at Rich's booth, I got Pac-Man Plug and Play. This one I believe is going to be like a really good one. But what's neat is on the front here, the reset button is the coin return button. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That is just cool. Rich had it for $8. Scott Squatch had the exact same one for $20. Same condition. So, I mean, I'm sure Rich got his at Goodwill, and I'm sure Scott paid $10 because of something, so. Got Wheel of Fortune for the 64.
Disgusting.
Been low-key looking for that. Very, well, not very, but it's a nasty nasty cover.
Hey, but-
that's just a stick. I can get that off of there. That's just sticker.
Yeah, but at least it has the thing on top of it.
Oh, yeah, it has a top label.
Yeah,
That's
those are really
nice.
good. Have those exact same things at home for
Yeah.
buy stuff.
Got this at Rich's table set up. Uncharted 4 little pouch thing. It's got a little fake leather pouch, or maybe real leather. It might be real leather. It's got a little pouch. It's missing some stuff. I'm sure it's supposed to have a pen and other stuff, but it just had the coin. Which, that's fine, because it was $2. So, I mean, it's $2. And I love me some Uncharted stuff. I got this from a random table. At the same time, I got something else. What was it? I think this and this. I don't remember where I got this one. I think I got this. I got the board thing. But, anyways, it's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch game case. Got that for Vinny. This is a Freaks and Geeks table. That's badass. $15. Call of Duty World at War Steelbook tin thing. Just has the game in there. It's a PC version, as well as stainless steel
Flask.
Now, it is not usable. It is just a display piece. Does not open up. So
It's cool.
it's just meant to sit out on a shelf or keep in here.
Still love it.
But we both love Call of Duty World at War. We played so many custom zombies maps. Seeing this, I had to have it. I got, this is, don't remember where, but I got, oh, you know what? No, I don't remember. Anyways, I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for the Dreamcast, just in little Sun Jewel cases, but it's fine by me. Oh, I got this at Retribution Games. They're a new store that opened up in Dallas Fort Worth, and they had a booth set up down here. It was pretty nice, so got those from him. Tomb Raider 3 for the PlayStation. Ready to Rumble for the PlayStation. Only reason I got this is because when I was a kid, went to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video with my mom, and I don't remember, we were renting games, and it was like a rent 2, rent 1 free or some bullshit, so I got 2 games that I wanted, and I just grabbed another game, and it was this, and I got home, and Justin still, this is when I was really young, because Justin still lived here, and he was my older brother, and he got really excited. It was like, this is a really good game, we need to play it. Or something along those lines. I just remember he got really excited, said it's a really good game, and we both went and played it. So I got it for that reason, because I remember us getting it playing together. Specifically the greatest hits version, because of the green. So, Wheel of Fortune for the PS1, because I'm getting all the Wheel of Fortune games. I know, I'm stupid. WCW versus the World, because apparently that's a good one.
Yes, that's the best WCW game on the PlayStation.
So, supposed to be good. Fighter Golf. These stacks of games here got super cheap, almost for free, bundled up with all the stuff. Also, Retribution Games got Japanese, I think it's Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if it's the first one or second one. I'm assuming the first one. Oh no, 3. There's a 3. Okay, so Ratchet and Clank 3.
Think that's up your arsenal?
Probably. but it's a Japanese copy because it was like $7. It looked really neat. I mean, it's just a cute artsy cover. It's like, you know, whatever. Oh,
Yep, it was up your arsenal.
okay. And then at Rich's table also got Garfield.
Because he enjoys having those when he does his business.
Yeah, you take the poop, you sit there and read these. I do genuinely want to get all of these. Every one. I used to have so many of them when I was younger. I want to get them all again. At a random table in a rummage bin full of just crap I didn't care about. I got the Sega Genesis controller for a few bucks because I needed to go with my Genesis in there so I can trade it in and get a Model 1 Genesis because I have 2 Model 2s and I just don't like them. But also bundled with that, he had this, which is a rental case from Everman Home Movies in, Denton, Texas? Everman, Texas. And inside is Simon's Quest 2. So it's like full rental case for Simon's Quest 2 for the NES, and it's rented back in like what?
Probably in the game.
93? Was I saying 93? The store and the card on here says 1989 Direct Ink, but there's a code written in the inside too. ThePixelizedPrincess.com. And these, yeah, the Pixelized Princess on Facebook and Instagram. But I got these two, which actually is one piece.
Yeah, it is.
Because Metroid is a stand. It has Super Metroid style. They had a whole bunch of other different video game ones. I like the original Metroid. It just is perfect. I could put them separate if I wanted to, because it doesn't stick out at all having the 2 slots in there. And it's nice hard plastic. And you can check out their website, followtpp.com. I got 2 Metroid Prime Trilogy posters. They're both the same thing, but I get to put them both up because front and back. That's what this one looks like. And then the back.
And it's just the trilogy cover.
Yeah, the back of this trilogy cover, which is still badass. And Ben got some posters. This is the rest of mine that I got at the same time I got his. I got a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker poster from the same people. And I didn't see this last year. Super Metroid. That's just like beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, that's my stuff. Now, let me show you Vinny's stuff.
And that puts you at 27 items.
It's not bad. I did a bigger haul last year, but this year I didn't. I got a lot of stuff for Vinny too. So.
Yeah, that's same for me. I had to collect. I bought for 2 people.
Yeah, we bought stuff for other people more this trip. So let me put the stuff up in the bag, and we will get right back to you guys.
Last weekend, Jordan, Patrick, and Ben were at Retropalooza. And they sent me this box. It's actually a lot heavier than I thought when I picked it up initially. But I have Jordan and Patrick here with me over Discord to open this thing.
Okay, I didn't tape it that much. I taped it to make sure they wouldn't tear it open because it was packed kind of tight. There you go.
Fucking got it.
Oh, I see that horse shit thing.
Yep.
What is this?
Alright, so first off, that was originally all in its box, but I had to disassemble the box and collapse it
Oh, Jesus.
so you could have the box if you wanted it.
So that's a portable Pikachu charger that requires batteries, I think.
You throw 3 AAAs in there, I believe, or 3 AA's, something like that, and it'll recharge your phone for 6 hours.
Sin?
If
I
I
don't know,
had
never
the
opened
batteries, I would have put them in there for you, but I didn't have them.
Oh my god.
First thing up top.
Oh my god! These fuckers found me a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Dude.
Now, before you get too excited, it is
He
a
doesn't
reproduction.
care. He doesn't
So
care,
it was a lot more affordable to go with the reproduction, but it is a good reproduction from a good company called Retro Circuits. They make a lot of reproduction games at Retropalooza, and they have a website, and they're badass.
Huh.
Just grabbed that random bracelet for you because I was like, oh, how much are these? Like, however much, I don't remember. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. Vinny likes
like
those.
$5, I think.
Something like that.
Pretty good. Feels high quality.
I've seen
Or at
you wear
least
stuff
decent
like
quality.
that before, so I figured may as well.
Yeah.
That will help you not lose your fucking Switch games. So any loose carts, just throw them in there and hide it in your
Yeah.
fucking dresser from Jake.
This is a Rumble Pack.
Yeah, he said he didn't have one, and I found an official one for fucking cheap.
Jordan is a Metroid whore.
I am.
He really is. We already talked about Xenoblade.
A bit scuffed in the back, but whatever.
That was a good deal there.
I've been waiting for this for fucking ever.
I've been looking, and apparently it went up in price recently because it used to be a $5 game. Now it's like a $15 game for some reason.
Because, like Ben said, it was probably because of the GameStop thing. They bought a bunch of them, then flipped them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can expect to see me playing this sometime soon.
I got you one of those, so Olivia will stop driving you crazy.
Thank you. She's really wanted to play this.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what is this? Because there are a bunch of games in this. 3 games. Is that Japanese? Is that
Now.
Japanese Ocarina and Japanese Smash?
Yes, but if you look on the back, you can play them in your North American N64, because Jordan, like, we made a little snippet in the vlog you'll see later, is we actually took the backs off other games, swapped them out, so that way you can play it on your N64, because Japanese ones, they have, like, a little too much of a slant on the side, so it doesn't fully click in there, while the North American side have a little sharp where it actually clicks in.
The way they region locked them was just a hardware-based region lock with the
Just
plastic
the back,
cut
so
out.
yeah, you could literally...
Which is
now you
way
can just-
easy to...
Yeah, I just
bypass.
went through them and swapped the backs with some shitty sports games I had.
It's something that I've been hoping to find for a long time.
A very poor
Pokemon
condition,
Snap.
but it was
That was-
dirt cheap.
That was dirty, but Jordan, like, took it apart, cleaned the shit out of it, and it
Yeah, I
worked.
had to take it apart and clean the fucking shit out of it because the contacts and everything were like nasty. It was really sticky and gross. We got it for like $6 or something.
$5.
maybe?
Please tell me you showed the grime
I did.
off too.
I did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he was cleaning that shit off real good.
Yeah, it was bad.
Cool. Alright, what?
Oh, yeah,
Are
it's
there
that thing.
2 here? Or is this one big one? No, there are 2 here.
Oh, yeah, there is 2. Forgot. Got them Damien.
Yep.
Oh, that looks really nice. I might frame this one. First one, the smaller one, is this artwork of Breath of the Wild.
Got that from Damien, like, for a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's like $2.
Damien and Rich would give things away for cheap.
Yep.
What is...
That's a nice that's a higher quality one. That's the one I got. Jordan got the Breath of the Wild one. I got that one.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
It's from that same table Jordan keeps getting all his posters from.
Yeah, I love them so much. Their posters are just amazing.
Yeah. Trying to see how far along this goes. I'm seeing... The latest I'm seeing is Gen 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw a bunch of ones like, sure, why not?
Try to show this off better later. Because
It's a
there's
hype.
just a lot going on here.
It's
But, hot damn. Now what is this? Oh, the transfer pack!
That was also a $5 cheap steal. Bargain bin.
I think that was like 7, but I could be wrong.
I got it for $5 when I bundled with the other things.
Ah, okay, there you go.
Very nice. Now my fucking copy of Pokemon Stadium has some real use.
Now
Very
Now
nice.
you're a real man.
Very nice. Now I'm a real man. What
There it
is
is, Jordan.
this?
So I joked with Jordan. We weren't gonna get it. I joked to him, and then Jordan's like, "Yeah, that's something you can do while he has no internet."
Yep. You weren't expecting to
Let's
get
find
that.
Pokemon Gold and Silver.
It's keep going and you'll see what it is. It's
It's a gag gift. So I was like,
it's
"Okay,
Where's
here you
Waldo?
go." Where Waldo? with
Where's
Pokemon.
Waldo Pokemon themed? That's fucking great.
Can you find the Pikachu?
Well, it's not asking for Pikachu here. It's asking for
Can you find
Johto
the
Stars.
Pikachu?
No.
I bet you if I look, yep, found one.
Alright.
I found a Pikachu.
You done good, kid. You done good.
Oh my god, look at this! There are a couple Slowpokes banging.
What?
Where? What? Oh,
Pretty much where
Yeah,
my
look
finger
at
is.
that. Disgusting.
Wow.
He raided my fucking ass.
I guess you really could call that a slow poke. Insert the Pokemon Stadium battle victory theme. Da, 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 da.
So now back to the last bit of the haul, my haul. Then I picked up Wario here, and it's an officially licensed Nintendo stuff, and it's in the Japanese tag here. I already have Waluigi, so like, Wario, just to have the two of them. Get the Retropalooza official shirt that they had there, which I should have waited until Sunday.
They went down?
They went down $5, so I paid $15, but they were like, oh, it's 10 on Sunday. I was like, you motherfucker, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that for next year. I'm gonna wait till Sunday, see if they go down.
Yeah.
And if not, oh well. But yes, I usually get like a shirt like this every single time just so to commemorate.
Oh, the kitty coming up there with you while you're doing your video.
I've had every single Retropalooza themed ones ever since our first Houston one. Which is cool. I could have gotten the Retropalooza 3 so many times, but I went there and it wouldn't feel right. And then I got another shirt, which is the one I didn't have. It's a Beat 'em Ups Odyssey Switch style one. That was the last one. And he didn't make me pay for it, so I'm like, whatever.
Well, I mean, you give him enough money, so.
Then, as Jordan said, he did buy me a poster. And it's the
Spyro.
It's the Spyro from the Spyro Reunited Trilogy design. Which I still think it's nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like my purple dragon. It's
Ben's got pussy on his lap.
it's 4.
I'm gonna leave this on you for a second.
And then the only amiibo that I picked up from the convention was a Palutena one, because I do have a list on a Google spreadsheet of what Smash Meals I'm missing, and I'm only missing like a handful, like 6 that are officially released right now, if not less. So yeah, I'm just waiting on for Palutena. It was Amazon's because I didn't have Amazon. Just got a Spyro. Those were not. It would make more sense to move it on to this. Next, I got this at Scott's table for. I just bundled some stuff together, which is, it's Spyro. And it's an official strategy guide, which if I needed a strategy guide for any of the trilogy, it would definitely be number 1, because it's the one I have the least amount of experience with. But I did end up 100%ing it when I had the Reunited Trilogy for the first time, because yes, I never did 100% the original, I just never really had it that much. So I just spend all my time on the second and third one, so if I had spread it out evenly, I would have had all expertise on all 3, and I could have done it back and forth. Like my head was an official strategy guide for 2 and 3, but some mishaps here and there. I can't remember every little tiny detail. I try my best to. Pretty sure this entire bag I got at Retribution, or almost a lot of it. So I wasn't sure if I had this already. The Japanese Mario Party. At least I don't think I did. If I do, oh well. It's a cool little thing. So yeah, Japanese Mario Party. Since I know I have 2 and 3 in the box, I just gotta get that one in the box for sure. And then I also got Dragon Ball 3 for the Famicom. I like this one because it has the weird yen price on there. Well, this is probably like another weird like RPG sort of style.
It is.
Yeah, for like you said, that's what Famicom got, is a bunch of Dragon Ball ones.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Daima Fukatsu up through the plan to eradicate the Sans RPGs on Famicom are all like kind of like part of the same series. And then it kind of gets extended into like I think 2 games on the Super Famicom.
I also had Stupid Scott's Table. I finally got one of these 64s I was missing, the Smoke Flat one.
Smokey. He didn't even make a video on it because it wasn't the first big purchase of the day.
Yeah.
We gotta get to him first next time.
That's fine. And then it's just like it was funny, I was like looking for stuff, which you'll see why I was looking for later. I was like on the ground, and his wife's like, hey, didn't we have something? He's like, yeah, I don't know what happened to it. And they look around, and I'm just sitting there holding it like this. And he's like, oh, you son of a, he's like, oh, son of a bitch. And yes, it did come with the cords and the actual controller. Speaking of which, oh no, there's actually a different game. Never mind.
Why? Why?
I'm trying to make a video. What? So yeah, there's
I didn't want to see your asshole. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, Billy would do the same thing to Jay.
He has though. That's the worst part. He probably has. He's probably done worse. So yeah, I got a black N64 controller, which looks cool. And then something off my list because yes, we make lists, and I actually got something off of it for once. It's the purple N64 controller because I do have the one that came with the atomic purple one back home. It's just that we're see-through lighter purple one, but I actually got a dark purple one, which I've been wanting to get. Just going back to Retribution video games, I did get. Wait, this is a different paper, never mind. But anyways, I did get a Japanese copy of Mario Toad Tour, which I do like to get Japanese variants of games I really do enjoy, like obviously this, because Toad Tour is a really fucking good thing. Should be.
It's not Hunter Green, it's Jungle Green.
They only had Jungle Green.
Okay. That was something he was going to get, but I told him I have one, and I'll trade him one of his good gray ones at home.
So yeah, I do have. So yeah, I do have this now because Japanese variant Toad Tour, which is very excellent.
I could actually install that on my hard drive and play it too if I wanted to, but I'd have to open it as like, eh.
This Dragon Ball one for the Famicom, which I don't know the
Which
Japanese.
one is it?
It's this one where it looks like.
Oh, Daimao Fukatsu.
Yep, Daimao from Kasu. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it takes the entire arc of the original Dragon Ball since it has King Piccolo.
Ben got the same one.
Or
No, not the entire one.
or whatever.
I think it just starts at Red Ribbon.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Japanese Dragon Ball games. So yeah, there's that. Another interesting Japanese variant I got was Pocket Monster Stadium because essentially we did get this over here. We never got this over here, actually, that's what I'm going to say. They got 3 games, we got 2. This is the first one that we never got over here. So I'm like, it's interesting, so I might as well need to get it. I've been fucking losing tracks and having stuff.
It just starts at King Piccolo.
Oh, it just starts King Piccolo. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go, viewers.
specifically they changed where Krillin gets killed at from the World Tournament to being killed at Kame House.
And at G's table, I think this is G's table. I got Sonic Drift for Game Gear, which I do need to still have fixed. So yeah, I got Game Gear thanks to G. He's a good guy. I did get other stuff from G's table, it's just somewhere in this bag.
Put your pants on!
You know, I didn't make this much of a commotion during your whole party, assholes.
He didn't! He really didn't!
I mean,
Patrick is the most sane person in this room right now.
You haven't taken your
except
pants
for
off?
me, because I've kept my pants on like a gentleman.
Yeah, well, I can take my own pants off in my own house.
He's just being an asshole.
You shouldn't be spreading your ass cheeks.
Yes, I should.
Why's my dad calling me?
Oh no.
God.
Alright, hurry before it gets back. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so I got at Billy's table. He's selling off some of his expensive stuff for the filming of the movie, which I got 2 of those. I got Euphoria the Saga from his Norway trip when they went to Norway for Retropalooza Houston. Which are equivalent of Norway Retropalooza that Jay didn't do. It was some other guy. And then I got a Mighty Final Fight, which is a game they got in the Com Bravo episode at that one store, which I forgot. It's the Game Chaser episode where they're after the Com Bravo they went to the store, they started looking around.
Was that in Philly?
What?
Was that in Philly or something?
No, it was in Canada.
Canada.
Was in Canada. So it's basically the episode where they saw the stuff, bunch of stuff up there. I was like, yeah, we'll take it downstairs. We have some more stuff in storage. So then Billy and Eric, they're like everybody in the whole game was like looking through quotes, and then either Billy or it was Eric went in the back room. They're like, hey, there's actually good stuff here. So they started forming stuff in here, started looking through stuff, and then they started taking stuff out. I was like, hey, look, we found more toads. And that's like the second or third toad. Jay's like, wait a minute, why is those fucks taking so long taking everything out? And then they walk in there, like, you're finding good stuff without me, isn't it? They're like, shh, we'll let you in if you keep the pack. I was like, fine. So then those 3 started looking, trying to get all the good stuff for sending pretty much the scraps that they don't want or don't need out to the crowd, and then everybody starts getting there. It's like, no, we know what you're doing. Now, come to think about it, I have 2 games where Billy got from 2 different countries now.
Damn.
Norway, all the way in Europe, and Canada. I was gonna buy some. I did buy some off from America, so that's 3 different countries. That's 3 different games I bought from 3 different.
From the
countries.
show.
So I lost track how much I have, so I'm just gonna count later. I was doing so good until I got to me and I got distracted.
Yep.
But anyways, unless you want to keep a ticker into the video yourself. And then randomly, this is another one I got at Scott's table. I don't have the system, but it's just so bizarre. I've never seen it in person, and it's complete. I'm like, Sure. So I got WWE Aftershock for the N-Gage. Because the N-Gage was an interesting portable console. They tried putting a lot of time and effort into trying to make it like sound like it's really cool and put stuff in there and put really things in there. They do have a Crash Bandicoot game on there, which weirdly enough I believe we saw at Scott's Table too, but it's a wrestling game. If I ever get an N-Gage, I have a thing for it. What's really interesting about this is there's a way to apparently can hold 2 games here, and then it has like this little thing here to hold other N-Gage stuff, so it's basically like
A multi-case.
essentially.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, because you can put like one there, and then
It quite literally has.
yeah,
This is actually
yeah.
a carrying case.
Yeah.
It's like I will give you the N-Gage that much credit. They have interesting cases for a bunch of stuff. It's just the console was just really questionable. It was something. And then of course it's also at Scott's Table. It did not get the game because he always has like cases empty and everything. But I really did need this, and it comes with the inserts and all in the manual. So I got a pretty much complete case for Mario Party DS, which I did not have at home. So now I can actually have this complete because I do like Mario Party stuff, and this is actually a really good one. Of course, it's gonna be limited, but it's really good for what it's limited to. So everybody should like try to give it a try, even if you want to do an emulator. And then since I got an N64 equivalent to this, it's pretty much an adapter for your NES to play all NES games. So like stuff that he's got.
The 64 to 72 pin adapter or whatever?
Yeah.
Was that 64?
60 to 72 pin adapter.
Yeah,
This
that's
works
it.
with all NES versions. It says $20, but we did get it bundled together and whatnot. Hyperkin.
And see, I would bother with that, but I already have a Famicom clone thing.
Yeah,
so.
something like that. For me, I just find it interesting because I like playing on the original hardware as much as I can. Even I don't like physically mod my console, so stuff like this I'm very much okay with because it's just cool and interesting. It's like okay, and still at Retribution game.
Retribution.
Yeah, Retribution. Ben actually pointed out and pulled this out, and I thought I was like, God damn.
No, I thought I pulled that out.
Oh, yeah, never mind,
Yakuza 2?
It was Yakuza.
Yakuza 2.
Yakuza
Yeah, that
2.
was Jordan.
Yeah, it was Jordan. Never mind. He pulled this out, and I was like, God damn.
He was like, fuck you. You make me buy shit.
And what's interesting about this is it actually comes on 2 discs, which apparently this is a single layer disc, so they had to as 2, while PAL and the United States version of this game had like a dual layer, so they could all fit in the 1 disc, but Japan only had the single, so they had to use 2 discs, which I'm really interested to know when the hell this game cuts off at on the first disc. I mean, I have maybe a few ideas, but I don't want to say for sure. I want to actually look at up first so I know where it stops, so I
Well,
have an idea.
if you still have that PS2 and that memory card, you can play it on that. Just boot it up with ESL
I mean, true.
on that memory card that I had set up for you.
You're not wrong
If you wanted
there.
to. God, my itches.
Scratching his taint,
What did I
spreading
do?
his cheeks wide and trying to
Who
pull
did I
his...
hurt?
This is revenge.
For what?
Breathing.
This horse
Look, Billy and Jay do this shit to each other all the time. And then they have Eric lean over and do the same shit. So we have to be just like them and do it as well.
We're bootleg versions of it.
We're knockoff game chasers, except we don't make good videos.
We don't make any videos.
We're making a video right now.
Yeah, like
It's
once
just
every
not-
6 months.
It's just not a good video.
Diamond Dallas Page feel the bang, which does actually a WCW ROM hack of taking the assets from WWF No Mercy and making it a predecessor to successor to WCW NWO Revenge with a lot of characters. So it's a really good download that you should all try and download if you're into old school wrestling games like that.
The facial recognition of the camera is recognized on all 3 of those faces.
So yeah, we got Sting Unmasked, and we got Goldberg Who's Next, which is I'm sure this is just little compilations of stuff just on the characters themselves, which I just thought was cool. That they have like 3 of the biggest stars in WCW right here. All of them original talent, not stolen from the WWE, which is actually cool. So I was like, I like interesting VHS tapes like this.
Wasn't DDP in WWF before WCW?
Not wrong there, but he didn't wrestle. He was like a ballet for
Okay, just a
Honky.
manager.
He's a manager, basically. I know he's a driver for the Honky Tonk Mag and Greg the Hammer Valentine, which is Rhythm and Blues for WrestleMania, I think. I could be wrong. I know they did a ballet for a pay-per-view for them. While we're on the topic of WCW, I've picked up a box of WCW Nitro, which is actually came out later than the PS1 version, so this way it has more characters. It has over 60 characters. Half of them are probably actual wrestlers. The other half is horseshit, stupid things like a bumblebee, a ghost, Santa Claus, a T-Rex, a bear. The goddamn programmers, for whatever reason, I don't know why, they just said fuck it, doing it live. They just
Fuck
messed
it.
around with
Do it live.
And this had everything in it. Like I was like, oh cool, it's cool. It's $6. Bought it, and then God damn it. I can get it, I already swear. It has, instruction booklet, whatnot there. Insert there, and then I pull this out. Even its cool thing is it has the WCW thing for the THQ thing in California. Complete this card and you could win great THQ games. So all you have to do is put out just fill this little form out as your name, address, city, email address, date purchase, console do you own, to receive like information about games, the emails, you rent it before you purchased it, what magazines do you have, what consoles you want to plan on buying if you don't have them, and it's just like, well, that's a nice piece of history. This is at the game. Fuck. So this next day, I went to about like 5 tables where eventually I did find the game. I could just put it in there, and I have the official. So one last thing I want to say about this game is this is actually different cover art from WCW Nitro from PlayStation 1, because you see Hogan's doing that, he was doing like this. They had Sting on there too, I believe. And the Giant, I don't know, I'll just have the editor throw off the fucking WCW PlayStation 1 card or thing here, so you can see the difference.
By editor, he means me.
And then while we're doing on the subject of actual good wrestling games, we have WCW NWO Revenge. So as those time come out, Feel the Bang's that thing online that you should download. It's a successor to this. This is actually this is a good wrestling game, and it has over more than 60 wrestlers, which is true. They actually do have wrestlers in there, not stupid programmers, not stupid Santa Claus bullshit stuff. They do have a few joke characters from like different promotions, but do have other wrestlers from different promotions just jammed in here. So yeah, Revenge, it's a really good wrestling game, and it's complete box. Everything is in there. Just found this at Damien's table, and I just picked it up and was like, nah, Spiral keychain. So I really like Spiral a lot. And then while I was at Chief's table booth, I picked up a few games there. I picked up Demon's Souls, the first of the start of the Soul series. Then I picked up Bayonetta for the PlayStation 3, which, I mean, as I heard, it's questionable. It doesn't really run that great, but I do have the Switch version, but that's digital only. So I want to at least have a physical copy of this game, just to be like, yeah, I do have it physically now, which I do. At G's table, I got a few games there. I got Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden Z, which I heard mixed things about, but it was a good price by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, so I'm like,
Team Ninja.
it should be a good game. I should like enjoy the game at least. Like I should have like just fun with it because it looks interesting. I mean, the craft, the front art has me interested in it. The back of it doesn't look too bad. The game stuff wise, I mean, it's probably just Ninja Gaiden, just attack and slash your way through a bunch of enemies and win. But then I did get this weird one, which I do not know anything about. Monster Madness, Grave Danger. Yeah, Danger, I mean.
Great Donger.
I don't know anything about it. G just had it there at a pretty good price, I thought, and the back just looked interesting with its weird characters and whatnot. It's by South Peak Games. I honestly don't know much about it. I just picked it up because I thought it looked cool. So, and I did get this one because I've been thinking about it for a while. I just keep seeing it for like a real expensive price, but he had it for another cheap price. So I'm like, okay. So we got TMNT Mutants in Manhattan. It's published by Activision, but it wasn't made by them. It was made by Platinum. And the art style, yeah, it looks okay. I mean, it's a beat 'em up Turtles game. I'm assuming what's the worst that could happen with it? It's just something I heard not very good things about it, but I'm just gonna plow through it. And if it's meh, I'll be like, meh, it's meh. It's not terrible, but it's just could be better. I picked this up at a random table. It's the same one I got the Mario Golf Toaster Tour Japanese. I got Dragon Ball Z Sparking Neo, which is the Tenkaichi 2, because Sparking is the Tenkaichi series, because I had Sparking Neo, and then the third one. We were at G's table, and while Ben won some, he won a lot of which I don't think think you ever showed that off. Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, I had some comics that I wanted, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
just a couple Sonic.
It's a couple Sonic comics, which I'm pretty sure Jordan. Well, let's get a picture, and Jordan's gonna show on the screen like do. Yeah. So yeah, he won that, and he also won these for answering the Sonic question, which G screwed up. There's 5 of them, but he said list 4. And then when Ben said one of them, he's like, "I'll give it to you because there's 5," and I didn't realize until after you just said one of the names. So I was like, all right. So we got that, and he also got these Pixel Pals of Ren and Stimpy, which he didn't really want them. He's like, "You wanted them?" I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll take it." Shows a little bit. She's been a little bit demented with the Chihuahua cat here. Fucking little Chihuahua.
No, mommy, just.
Nasty fucking piece of shit. And then Ben pointed this out, and I'm like, "You bloody twat." He said, "Oh, there's this porn news there." I'm like, ugh. So I ended up getting stuff.
Patrick's pervert.
I got 2 of
Got us by the Jordan because social means asshole.
Yeah. So I got Burning Desire on here, and then the other side is Bachelorette Party. I do have Bachelor Party by itself, but not Bachelorette, so that's why this enticed me to get it. He did have 2 of the other ones I know. It was Philly Flasher and something else, but I was like 220. I was like, no. So this is 130. It averages out to 60 per game. What I find interesting about that is I was going to ask if I could get it cheaper, but the only thing I didn't, because it has instruction booklets for that, where you can read stuff about it. And the weird cards were, 2 in 1. If you want to play something, you have to flip like that. And on the one side it says, remove this end to play Bachelorette Party. So you just have to jam it in like that, and then I'm pretty sure on top is what it displays. What game you're playing, blah blah. What's interesting is I didn't lowball it because of that in there. My other 2 didn't actually come with this. It's a lock and key. 2 keys it can be exact for a little flash here. Because when you're done playing this, you don't want anyone else to open it up or play it or even look at it. You can just put the key. You can close it up like this. Take your flaps. Have it like that, and then you just take the key, lock it up, take the key, put it in your wallet, whatever, and just put it away.
Honey, did you lock the porn games up? Yes, I did. Okay.
And then at Retro Circuit Reproductions, they actually started doing Jaguar games, because when we first get to them, I'm pretty sure they were only doing NES and the Super Nintendo. Then they bumped up to NES, and then this is the first year I've seen them. They're actually doing Atari Jaguar games, which is perfect timing actually. One of the game I wanted on there was Katsumi Ninja, which, hey, it's 2-in-1 card with this. The little thing here is for when you have to switch games. So you put it in, you want to play something else, because I think Katsumi Ninja is going to be the first one that pops up since it's 1. If you want to switch to the other one, you just got to hold this button down, wait a few seconds, and it's going to flip over to the other one. And what's good I also like about their table is they have the console set up, because they have an NES, Super Nintendo, and N64, so if you're unsure about the game, you can plop it in, turn it on, play it. So yeah, the only thing, they didn't have Atari Jaguar there, which I understandable, because they only have a few Jaguar games. It's like one of like 5 if even. But yeah, if you're unsure about your game working or whatnot, you can always pop it in, test it out, play with it a little bit, and if it looks interesting you want to get, then go right ahead. If not, if you want to play it and for a few minutes, then sure, go right ahead. There's that too. At this guy's booth, table, they had like a little rummage bin for like these things. They're each $2, but if you bought 3 of them, they're $5. So I ended up buying 3 of them. One of them you saw, the other one you'll see in a bit. So I got the Super Mario All Stars and Super Mario World, because they did have these with the things, but they also had blank cases, which would have been fine. Because I could have just, because if I really wanted to, I could have bought a bunch of those and had Jordan print some stuff off for me. But I can't really buy too many box games, otherwise I would. And I want to say this is the last thing I got. It was Bomberman Hero. So I didn't know they made 3. I thought it was only Bomberman 64 and then Bomberman Second Attack. And they had Hero for the N64, so I'm like, cool. I'm looking for a Bomberman game, so about that. So I'm like, nice. It's a nice condition. Damien, who usually makes us do stupid stuff or whatever. So he literally just threw this on my head. He did this, put this in my pocket. I'm like, why? Just take it. It's like a shitty Xbox One mic thing that poor people would get, because you got the mute volume here.
That's how you play on that with your bros, bro.
Oh, I know.
No.
Dude, you gonna hop on Xbox? Yeah!
Any sane gamer would use their phone for Discord. And then randomly, I don't know why, and Eric just gave me this because apparently he was giving it to him. He's like, here, take it. I'm like, okay, it's just a Resident Evil shirt. Which, funny enough, he was gonna give me a game of his. Like, he sat there, he's like looking through his bundle. He's like, hey, do you have this game? He was like, the end is nigh for the Switch. I'm like, no, I don't. He started looking at it, started explaining to him. He's like, no. He's like, yeah, you're right. Some fan gave it to me. I need to make a video on it. I'm like, yes. I don't like taking things from people that fans gave them because it makes me feel like makes both of us feel like scumbags.
Thank you for calling Arby's. How may I take your order?
Fuck you. And that's it for my portion of the haul that I got for myself. We've been here for a while, and I promise we're gonna get done here soon.
Now, just you don't have to give story on this stuff if you don't want to because it's not yours.
Really much. I'm buying this for a buddy of mine that I told him I'd look out for stuff him, and you get some things that you want, some stuff that are just gonna be thrown in for extra. So to start off, I'm just gonna get this going out quick that way. He's a Pokemon dude, so I just got him that. It's pretty the exact same poster as Vinny, because I'm like, we were gonna give Vinny a Zelda one, but he also got Breath of the Wild for Vinny. It's like, well, might as well make both Vinny happy with this Zelda and Pokemon at the same time. So I got that. I also picked up this loot box of Sonic the Hedgehog, Rich's table. You open it up and slide it out. It's it's still a figure with his rings and whatnot, and there's a little stand there. It's cool. I was like, something extra to have. He also is a big fan of Sonic stuff. He's back in there. And then, while we were at Retro Circuit Reproductions, I picked up Mario Party 2, which of course it's a reproduction, doesn't have that, so it's like whatever. But in reproduction, I got a reproduction box for it. So that way, it looks like it looks nice and expensive, but it's actually really cheap because this all costs under $50 for both these items together, which is nice. That's his favorite one, so I was like, okay. So that way he can't yell at me for it being expensive. Like, it's not, it's cheap. And then also Scott likes selling cases and whatnot, so he told me to get a few cases for him for two 3DSs and DS1s, because he said he needs cases. I'm like, alright, cool. And then he wanted a bunch of plushes, like the same one I got the Wario one from. Actually, I got this one at a different table. It was a Haunter one, I know for a fact. It's one of the few Pokemon I know because it's Gen 1. So he wanted that, so I got that. Got him a Splatoon Boy and Girl Inkling, because he really likes that too. And then these two, I don't... I got other Pokemon 1 stuff. It's in Japanese, otherwise I'd tell you where it's from. I don't know what...
I don't know either of those Pokemon.
I don't know either. I literally had to give him my phone. He's like, do you have any of these here? And he had a list, and he's like, got that and that. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. So I did not know what any of these were. So I'm like, because the tags are in Japanese, I can't read those, and I'm not a Pokemon guy, so maybe Vinny might, if I really wanted to, I probably could have called Vinny, but like, hey, Vinny, what's that Pokemon?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Vinny, what are these two Pokemon right here? These two right here. No, they're not for you. They're for someone else. But what are these two Pokemon? Reply as soon as you can. We're filming.
The monkey is called Pansage, and the gray one is called either Minchino or Chinchino. I don't remember which. So I could look that up for you, but it's one of those two.
It's confirmed that it's Minchino.
Nice. That's all I got for my friend, because this is all stuff I bought him. I bought quite a bit of Vinny stuff, and I bought myself stuff, so on average, it's about average what I get.
Yeah.
Spend quite a bit. I'm sharing the wealth for people, so I'd be nice at least there.
Well, they can't go yet, so Vinny hopefully will get to go maybe in Dallas for next year, if not.
Yeah, I hope he never gets to go.
Look at that big pile of shit Ben has.
Yeah, he has like 50.
Who's calling me? Not Vinny.
Is it another weird number?
No, it might be my mom's doctor. I'll answer later.
Okay. So yeah, that's all I really got, so I think I might add up to whatever Ben's is. I don't know for sure. I mean, for the stuff I bought myself, it doesn't. But if I add everything that I bought, then maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't really care about counting.
All this. There's my bag, there's Ben's stuff. There's shit. Shit everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
We'll see y'all next year for the next haul. And stuff.
And we'll see you for tomorrow's vlog or whatever.
Well, yeah, but next year's haul will be... Well, not next year, this year's...